Hi, you guys. How are you doing? Oh, we got a lovely day today. We got some exciting, we have an exciting guest. His name's Sterling. I've talked to him, I talked about him to you guys. He's going to have to go through the phone, and the voice is a little bit like he's in a tunnel. Sorry, the dog's acting up. So, but I've taped it and I'll add it to this video to let you know how you can reach him. He's actually kind of an executive, and he goes by the name Sterling, but this gift just was something that hit him. And he's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it. He predicted, I read his wife, he predicted that Trump was going to win. And she said, God, Linda, I prayed he was wrong. Okay, Jack, I hear you. And he ended up winning, but he also sees him like not being president for much longer. So we like that kind of information, okay? So, yeah, Chaka, Chachakan, Chachakan. I danced the minute she went on stage. I stood up. Michael McDonald was also performing with her. I got to meet Michael, very nice man, very sweet man, one of the nicest guys in the business. My friend Tris knows him, and he said one of the nicest guys. And he was very kind. He really energetically has improved, because I think I saw him in Napa one time, and he was looking slovenly. He gained a lot of weight. He was wearing his old t-shirt, and his eyes were closed the whole time he was performing. This time he was like in shape, and he's like even kind of moving and grooving, you know. I was like, shoot, boy, you know what the hell you're doing now. And he's got a son named Dylan McDonald. Very surprised. I really enjoyed his music. I'm going to order it, in fact. Dylan is check him out, Dylan McDonald. This is a weird feeling, but I almost got an energy of Tom Petty. It's not the same, but there's something about the energy. He doesn't look like him at all, but there was something in the music made me kind of think of Tom Petty. I don't know why. You guys check it out. Go on YouTube or something and find him. Michael McDonald, oh my God, and his voice is as good as ever. He just, and Chaka, oh my God. That child is 66 years old, and she looked so young. Her face is just, maybe she had some work, but crystal clear. She was dancing, and her voice, she was doing that loud. Oh my God. If you can see Chaka or Michael, I totally recommend it. I give them 2 thumbs up. Okay, so you guys, so we're going to have Sterling on in a minute. But if you guys don't mind, I just want to look at a couple of things. That bozo. I have MSNBC on my TV behind me, looking at bozo arriving. I'm hoping somebody will throw an egg at him. Arriving in Dayton. I guess he arrived in Dayton. He didn't arrive in Toledo. So he was on the news earlier talking on the White House lawn that, you know, he's not the one. He never said those things. He's just such a liar. Oh, God help him. Okay. So, also, Sterling and I talked just briefly about a guy at McLean, Virginia, near D.C. that they thought had a gun, and that was a false alarm. That's good news. But I'm going to tell you, more stuff is coming, okay? So let's take a look-see. And I don't know if I said this before, I'm sure I did. I told you guys something's going to happen at some political event, and I feel injury or death. And I feel everybody's really pissed off about it. I think somebody might go down and everybody's really pissed off about it. It's not Trump. tell me about this unrest going on right now. Remember Helter Skelter, the guy that just died? What was his name? I can see his face with the swastika. And he said that the United States was going to go into a race war. Was it a prophecy? No, my guys just said no. Okay, so there's really good people out there, you guys. I'm so sorry that these crazy young men are doing this, but there's more to come. It's like copycats. Is there going to be some more? Jesus, even the people in the news are getting... I see personalities in the news having to really look out for themselves. Yeah, Trump is causing this, you guys. It's him. Evil is at large. It's almost like this evil energy is bouncing into these human forms, saying, yeah, do it, do it. Here's Mother Earth. So the love of everybody, the love of everybody is going to make things calm again. So yeah, there's going to be some drama, but it's not, there's going to be some stuff coming up, but it's not going to be like forever. We're not like sitting, thank you. I'm so glad you told me this, because I was a little fearful that we could be sitting every time we turn on the damn TV, there's going to be something about shootings. I do see some more shootings, but it's going to end. So go ahead. See, here's the outcome is that we will celebrate in the end. I think Trump leaving office, because here's Trump leaving office, getting in his canoe and heading out. That's going to help. But I'm going to tell you something right now. And I heard this when I was listening to him yapping, about gun control. You might as well be talking to a brick wall, because he's not going to do a damn thing. Everybody's trying to say, do it, do it. And he's like, it's so funny, because remember when he said, oh, you guys are just afraid of the NRA. I don't know what you're doing. You guys are just afraid of the NRA. I'm not. I've got no skin in the game. Ended up, he's got skin in the game, because he's going to try to defend the NRA and its mental illness. And it's like, I see them patting it. Like, okay, but the real gun control will happen when this guy's out of office. And no, they're not trying to get rid of your guns. It's okay to be a gun owner. I'm a gun owner. It's there because for protection or ex-husbands, something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm just kidding. But okay, so I talked about the gun thing. I see more deaths, unfortunately. So, okay, so you guys have wrote me about a lot of stuff. I'm not going to get into El Presidente potentials coming up. I'm feeling like some changes and maybe some other people coming in or another person, and you'll hear from Sterling. He felt like there was somebody coming in that worked in the hotel business. So, but I don't feel like a real progressive going in. So we'll see. I'll look later. But I just wanted to tell you guys, I definitely feel, I'm gonna look at the stock market, because I definitely feel just like somebody, I told Sterling this, it's like somebody's poking a hole in the dam and it's going to start to bleed out. And when it bleeds out, that's where he loses a lot of his people. Because I feel like Wall Street's definitely trying to help him. Like they go out of their way to finagle money so it won't look so bad when it goes down. Like it was down 500 and 600 points this morning, and it's like, I think it's at 200 now. What is it? Yeah, looks like 285 or 216, sorry. So, but it's going to, trust me, it's going to start bleeding out. Okay, so we're looking at the stock market. It's not crashed like it was in 2008. Yeah, here's people struggling. The stock market actually it's strong, but it will struggle. Like it's going to lose. You know what's interesting? My guide said like 2,000. So is that 2,000 points? I don't know what that means. Or maybe in the year 2020 because I saw 20. But it feels like it finagling the money, but it's not going to be like it was before. I can guarantee you that. Like you're not going to lose your 401ks. But I do see a bit of a recession coming in. Okay? And I do see people pissed off. Of course, the ones that struggle are not the rich ones. And then I wanted to ask about China. You know, they could call in the money we owe them and literally wipe us out. They're shaking their head about Trump. I think they're going to work hard on making sure Trump doesn't get back in office. This is really weird, but I can feel that. But Trump's right about them stealing, you know, he's right about it, that China has gotten away with a lot. But the thing is, he's kind of stupid as far as tariffs and stuff, because we, the people, pay for that. So it's going to put a lot of the people that love him out of business, and that's where he really gets dinged too. Okay? Now, what does China think of Trump? What does China think of Trump? You don't want to know. They're talking amongst themselves. They're manipulating too, so they may do even more just to affect us. It affects them, but they want to affect him. They're like patient, like we'll wait. They may manipulate something to do with voting. It's interesting. I hope they don't do that because he's going to lose. It doesn't matter what. Because you don't want him coming back and saying it was rigged. Yeah, he's costing them money. He looks like a fool. They look at him like he's a fool, an idiot. Okay, so we know they want to rip the cups from him. They want to take him out. Not physically. They're going to pass on information about him. Somehow or the other, they're getting information. And yeah, they're going to manipulate the currency, but it's going to destroy Trump and not destroy China. Eventually, a woman is in charge of China. Eventually, China... That's weird because that guy that's in charge, didn't he say he was going to be president for the rest of his life? That guy that's in charge, I see him going. Maybe they bring him down or something. I don't know, but I just saw that. But it's not now because I do see him knowing who the new president is. So, yeah. So China is going to have a big thing to do with us energetically, but they're going to make Trump pay. So they're working against Trump because they're pissed off that he thinks he knows everything. He really is kind of, I don't know, he listens to other people, like that guy, the big-headed guy that is from Fox News. Last night he announced that this whole racial thing is a plot. Like this is fake, which is not true. And that, you know, us liberals, us libtards started that to cause all this rift. So, yeah, whatever. This gun stuff, you know. But let me tell you something right now. The Republicans aren't going to lift a finger. There are some that are good people, but mostly I don't see anything being done. Give it a little bit, and then I see just the whole thing change. Not taking guns out of people's hands, but assault and background checks, all that will take place. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to end this, and then right after this, I'm going to put Sterling. So enjoy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.
As an executive, so I ran into one particular executive that was seeing a psychic medium up in Santa Barbara. And in fact, his name was Fred Bassett, give him full credit. And my wife encouraged us to go up there and meet with Fred. And the first thing that happened was we sat down with him. He said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, you know, heard good things about you in the industry, and you know, we thought it'd be really interesting to come up and see you and get some insights." He said, "No, but why are you here?" I said, "Well, because get some insights." He said, "But you're very psychic yourself. You mean you're not using it?" And I said, my wife looked, you know, kind of stunned, and you know, it was all brand new. And he just said, "Look, say a quick prayer. told me a prayer to say really quickly to protect yourself, and he said, ask for your primary guides and gatekeeper to step forward. And I did that. And then he said, now ask any questions that you have. And at that time I was going through, there were some big contract negotiations ongoing, and I asked some questions, recorded the answers, and kind of lo and behold, that was kind of the start of the whole thing. And for a 2-hour drive home to Los Angeles, my wife peppered me with all kinds of questions and took all kinds of notes, and that was really the start of all of it. Just kind of understanding how to use it. So kind of happened late in life, and then kind of move forward. I'll tell you, I guess there's another chapter in the story in that I was still more closeted in terms of not mixing the psychic mediumship, if you will, with business.
Right.
Kind of concerned about how business people would understand or take to it. And so my wife would come home from work each night and throw out a name. And my guys work very well with names. And said, look, here's a name. What do you get? And she'd take, copious notes and go back to work, and, they were direct hits. And said that for a few years. So anyway, long story short, that's kind of the way it all started.
Yeah, I met your wife because she had scheduled a reading with me, and she told me about you, and she said, oh my God, Linda, it's unfortunate, but he saw Trump winning the first time. And I'm like, what? She goes, yep, I begged that he'd be wrong, but he's so damn right. And the good news, you guys, is Sterling does not see him taking up again for the next time around. In fact, Sterling and I have talked about this in depth, but I saw definitely some financial issue, which makes me wonder too, that my guides today showed me like someone putting holes in a dam, and it's the water's coming out. And I feel that they were talking about the stock market. Bleeding slowly. What are you feeling?
Yeah, very true. So let me just preface my comments by saying that I communicate with kind of a large group of guides real time. That's kind of the way my mediumship works. And so it's kind of very conversational. But every time that I've ever looked at the current presidency, it always looked like it was going to run into some major difficulty around trafficking and financial and money laundering. And I think we start to see some of that around Epstein and some of that going on. And I really always believed that there was going to be a period here within the presidency where a lot was going to come to be in evidence. Let's put that would be in evidence. It wouldn't all be turned over to the public, but it would be such that Department of Justice and other ruling bodies and government would say, look, there's a whole list of things here, now we need to kind of execute on it. And I think there's really going to be a negotiation in the current presidency where they'll say, look, there's so much here. You got two choices. Either we, take it out and go through a whole legal process, or you exit. So that's kind of where I see kind of the completion coming to the current presidency. Is it's really going to be a culmination of a lot of financial and trafficking and money laundering that's going to kind of come to a pinnacle.
Well, that kind of goes with what my guys have showed me. It's like he's like, whatever, I'm out of here. But he's being pissy. Like people say, oh, they're going to have a hard time removing him. I almost feel like he goes because they give him sort of an opportunity to exit.
Yeah, and I think because it gets so messy publicly and for the whole administration. Now, the good news is that it represents, for me, from what I hear, my guys telling me, it's a big transition in the government and in our economy. In that it's almost like the pendulum has to swing back and forth sometimes, and so we've seen a really negative swing in a lot of elements of our government and the economy, and now that pendulum is swinging now in a good way. There's actually going to be what I'll call an updraft of a lot of goodwill and people coming out and standing up for what's right, and that's actually going to absolutely move the government in a brand new direction. I think a lot of people got lazy and figured everything would kind of happen in autopilot, and it hasn't. So
okay.
That's the good news for us, is that this is a wake-up call, I'll call it, and we'll all get caught up in a good updraft of goodwill and new government and some new Representatives here going forward. So.
Does it have anything to do, Sterling, with all these shootings? Because just now, before I started with you, MSNBC was saying there's a shooter at the Us newspaper. What is it? U.S. newspaper? Yeah, in Virginia or something.
Yeah, no, so let me strike out on two other areas that I think might be of value. Because Linda was asking me about this a couple of days ago. So my Linda, my wife. And, one of the things that I picked up right away that my guys were telling me was that these shootings are going to follow a path of A through F, so A, B, C, D, E, F. And they really look like city names. And so it looked like, so we saw Dayton, Ohio as a D, we saw E, El Paso. But there are going to be some other effects of kind of the shooting spree. But this is all helping to wake up the government. It's very unfortunate, obviously. It's terrible what's happening, but there's a process here going on in the universe that's going to help drive things in a certain direction. So I think there's some other events that are up and coming, and for whatever reason, it looks like they're following the alphabet A through F. So I think
Okay.
they're strong several times, yeah.
But do you think there'll be a race war, or do you think that this will be cut in half?
I believe it'll be head off of the pass. So before it gets to that point, there's enough people standing up. A lot of people have been silent for many years, and so it looks like this round we're going to see a lot of people standing up to what's right and humanitarian. And it's been a wake-up call for a lot of people. Is that a lot of people are in autopilot.
Okay.
So, now, you know what? Let me shift gears for 1 second here in terms of the next president, because one of the things I've gotten for a long time, I just got a cold show, which is usually a confirmation, is that this next president is going to be male. I saw a taller gentleman with gray hair, but seeing him from behind. So I didn't call it as a name, but the more I kind of discussed it with the universe, if you will, they said that actually this individual.
You know what, Sterling, hold on. So
let's try this. If it's still a problem, we can.
I noticed you guys that his voice is a little shaky on coming from my phone, but I hope you can hear him good enough. Okay, so the new president is definitely male.
Yeah, no, so definitely male. I got for now a couple months, and taller, gray hair. You can see him from the rear. Didn't get a name, but I absolutely got that he was an industrialist and somebody that could stand toe to toe and better than that with our current president. Understanding, not only worldwide economics, but also actually saw a connection being like a hotel baron. Somebody had a long history in the hotel industry. So I still picked it up. I also pick up that the vice president's going to be a woman and be a dark-haired woman. I don't believe we have the name yet.
Okay.
But that's the combination I see coming up here in the White House.
Okay. So this man, is it a Republican or a Democrat?
So what I pick up, they showed me that he was purple. Now, purple, obviously.
Okay, so he's
Democrat and Republican, so coming at it from a very.
So he's not a progressive. He's not like, okay. That's interesting. Hey, listen, will Barr ever stop with this interference? Will he stop being Trump's personal attorney?
Yeah, my belief there, what I'm hearing is that he's kind of used up all his goodwill, whatever goodwill he thought he had, kind of in the relationship with the White House. He used up a lot of the goodwill chips. So now he's got a little bit of he's in a difficult spot, and he will be replaced.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think, some people have talked about some health problems. I guess I don't see the health problems while he's currently serving, but it sort of looks like down the road, could be within a year after he leaves his current position, he's got some health problems he's dealing with, so.
Yeah, I just feel everybody up in arms because this guy is, and I feel Intel, the people he works with, that are around know that he's not forthright and know that he's allowing this president to do things that are not good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, not everybody's dealing with clean hands.
Right.
So everybody, for whatever reason, they've got something that they don't want to come out publicly, and that's known by the White House, and, the chains of communication in the White House. So everybody's standing on the side like wallflowers, not willing to say anything. But that's all going to pass. You're going to see a big monumental change in the next election. So.
Yahoo! And good people in there. It'll just take a while to clean it up, right?
Yeah, but in a weird way, this is again is a wake up call. It's a wake up call for the nation. So,
Right.
People thought things just can't happen here, and everybody was just asleep at the wheel.
Right, and he didn't get in from his own accord. Russia helped him to get in.
Yeah, there's been a real vulnerability in the voting machines,
Yeah.
the voting process, and notwithstanding all the social media interference and influencers, the technology's been corrupted, and some of that's going to get taken care of.
Oh yeah, I see it getting taken. And I see so many people coming out to vote this time.
In droves.
In droves. Just like I did with the 2018, I felt like it was going to be pretty fantastic, and it was.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so people are just not going to put it. But you know what's so interesting? But he's what do you call it's all about he might have Asperger's. It's all about him. But he actually thinks that he can't get taken out. He's gotten too comfy. He's thinking he can't get taken out. He acts like king for a day. He wants to be like Putin, and he's.
Yeah, I've always felt and believed from what I've heard that, and this is from the psychic realm, that he actually deep down didn't ever think he was going to win. He just went after
Yes.
He went after a reality game show, and when he won, I think that the methodology behind it was, well, how can I leverage this opportunity now to my own good?
Yeah, to make money.
What can I do? And I think that he's holding on by his fingernails. He would never tell anybody that, but he just realized it's any day. It's a matter of time before all this is done.
Well, it's so interesting because he sits there. The common denominator with Trump people and him is hate. They love to hate. So he talked trash about Hispanics. They're rapists. Some of them are okay. Anyway, he talked about all this negative stuff. And just now on the news, as he was heading to Ohio, which he actually ended up in Dayton because he said the wrong city. He said, I never said those things, but it's on tape. He just sits there, looks you deadpan in the eye. He even said that the grab the pussy thing was doctored. He never said those things.
Yeah, and we all there's history on that, so we all know.
But it's so interesting, but it's just making people cringe. I see the stock market going down. I don't necessarily see a crash, but I see enough, because this is what I was getting, Sterling. You can tell me if you feel the same thing. I was even getting people within Wall Street that are Trumpsters that try, when things start to crash, to try to turn it around as best they can for his sake. Like they're making phone calls, buy, or something like that. And then I see that they can't hold on to it. It's like a dam breaking. And then I see that things are going to have to catch up and that pretty much things are going to start falling. And that's when a lot of the people that had brains, not that people that care about him don't have brains, but the people who loved him because of the money are going to say, you know what, because I feel he's making decisions on the financial end of the United States that's not good for the United States.
I would say absolutely true. And, he has enough friends on Wall Street and high places that they'll do what they can to kind of side with them to try to move things in a certain direction. But there's kind of a wall of ill will that you can't stop everything that's going on in the global economy and the current in our nation.
Right.
So things are catching up with them right now, and it's a matter of time. The clock is ticking.
Okay. Thank you. So listen, you guys, I'm going to give, how do they get a hold of you, Sterling?
Easiest way, you can use website sterlingpsychicmedium.com, or I've got a secondary website that routes to the first website, which is psychicwhisper.com, whatever you like. But sterlingpsychicmedium.com will route you right to the website.
Okay. sterlingpsychicmedium.com. I'll put it, you guys, on this video on the bottom. But I was looking forward to having you on because I think you rock.
Oh, thanks, Linda. And let me just say that I think your energy and your passion and everything you kind of bring to the world is wonderful. And I've gotten to know you through a short period of time here, and I think you're a great human being. So thank you for what you do.
Oh, enough about me. What do you think of me again?
I'll send you the recording.
Okay, thank you. But thank you. I think you rock. So I'll put him on my YouTube in the little box below of how to contact him. So thank you so much, Sterling.
Wonderful. Thanks very much.
You're a wonderful man.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for doing the work. Okay, bye-bye.